Give me just a second here. Let's go to your channel. Let's let everybody know where we're at.
I think I'm live on YouTube too, so I
What
don't
is
know if they
this?
can see me or not. I don't know if they can hear me, but I'm live on YouTube. But I
Okay, I
cannot
guess I
see
have to
them.
launch it on mine too, saying go ahead and launch. Hold on one second. Studio. Let's see here.
How you been anyway? Good? Everything's good?
Yeah, I'm good. How about yourself?
Keeping grounded?
Yeah, I hear you. Let's go with oh, this is streaming software. All right, this is the one we need right here. Right here.
Did you see the article I launched today, the last one I launched today?
What happened?
Did you see the? Did you watch the last article I published
No, I didn't see that one.
about the WTO?
You launched it today?
They said, yeah, they said it's in. That's it. We're in. They said they accepted and everything. It's in. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Let me
I
know what
did. I
you think.
responded on the video yesterday about that. All right, let's
No,
see.
no, no. Today, this afternoon, I
Are
put it
we
on
live? It
late this
says we're
afternoon.
live. Hold on one second. Let me just double check.
Are we live?
Let me check right now. It's weird because it's just showing a screen. It doesn't show us live. You know what I mean? They can hear us, but oh, there it is. Okay. All right, all right. Let me got this mute. We good. Let me just send this over here to Facebook and let everybody know where we're at.
I'm with you. Okay, I didn't leave yet. I'm here.
Okay, no problem. And I let everybody know on Facebook. And we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good there. All right, everybody knows, so we are good to go. All right, my friend. Hey, David's there. Dave, how you doing? Coming into the chats here.
Let's wait a little bit for everybody to get there on yours.
It says 15 right now. So yeah, there was how's everything else going for you, man? Work wise and stuff.
Very good, working, and keep going, keep going. Like, I tell you the truth, I'm not counting on this Dinar things because we have to work in life. We have to make money. If you don't make money, you can do nothing. So that's what I keep doing. I can't count on it 100%. I can't put my gotta
No,
keep
you just put
going,
it to the
keep
side. If it
building.
happens, it's going to be a good thing, But
Yep.
if you start, there's a lot of people giving up, giving up a lot of things in their lives or overcharging on shit because they think it's going to happen tomorrow. And I keep telling them, be careful with that. That's what a lot of these content creators do. They pump them up full of fluff all the time, and then they start spending the money that they don't have, and then next thing they're in debt. So you don't want that to happen. But
Yeah.
Dave, can you hear us pretty good? I see you're in the chat there, but can you hear us pretty clear?
Anyway, it's a lot of news coming out. Good news. I'm glad they start moving a little bit again. So the only thing bothers me with this, they do a lot of work like for a couple of months, for 2 weeks, for some, and then boom, everything dies
Take
again.
safe.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's what bothers me a lot.
What's that on the Dinar?
Yeah, on the Dinar thing, people keep like the government keep working and keep working. Like they work for 2 or 3 weeks, and you see a lot of news coming out for 2 or 3 weeks, and then for a month you will hear nothing, and then everybody starts to worry, what's going on? Why they're not saying anything? Well, that's the way it is. They're not gonna concentrate on one thing when they have a million things they have to fix.
Yeah, but I tell you what, as long as I've been doing this definitely is the most activity I've seen the government move in a positive direction, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
I mean, the news yesterday was phenomenal. Come on, they're done with all the requirements for the World Trade Organization. That's a big step. Then you have them with 148 trillion in foreign asset reserves. That's a big deal. Then you have Al Sudani, bringing more businesses into Iraq. So you need foreign development or foreign investment coming in there. you had the UN come out and saying that in their opinion they felt like Iraq was stable, even though they were getting bombed. I was like, okay, whatever works. So if you think about what steps are left here, we 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 know they're finished all requirements for the World Trade Organization, but now the member states have to vote them in. Okay, so that's the last step. So we need the member states to vote them into the World Trade Organization. We need for them to remove the restrictions off their currency. We need for them to get back on the SWIFT system. That's a biggie. Then we need them to get back on the Forex. We need them to fix or finish building the Port of Fa and then the development road. All those things together make for a very, very, very strong Iraqi economy in Dinar. I was reading one of these old articles where at the time it was Maliki was talking about this. That's how old the article was. But he was saying these are the steps that need to be taken. And I was like, yeah, back then they never completed them. But I'm looking at all the accomplishments between then and now and going, it's there. I just want people to stay grounded. Don't go out there and count your chickens before they hatch. Just hang tight. It's going to happen. I still think it's going to go up in increments. They're talking about the deletion of the zeros, which makes me nervous, of course. But, everybody's like, yeah, you want that. I was like, no, you don't. Not right now.
Well, when they talked the other day, when they talked about the deletion of the zeros, they didn't talk about the zeros from the currency. They talked about deleting the zeros from Forex. When you see 0007, that's what I want to delete. They want to keep it at 0.7 for now. That's what they're talking about. They're not talking about deleting the zeros from the currencies.
No, they're talking about the redenomination. That's what they're talking about. So here's the thing that I had to straighten up today in the video. So you got these people out there going, oh, they're going to change the exchange rate. You're going to keep the same dinars like we have now. They're going to delete the zeros. So it's going to go from 3076 to just 0.76. I go, no, that's not how it works. I was trying to say the exchange rate between the Iraqi dinars, the 25,000 dinar and the 25 dinar, that never changes. It's one for one. But you do delete the zeros. Don't get me wrong on there. But what I was trying to say, that's not changing the exchange rate against other currencies. That's just one for one, the 25,000 dinar and the 25 dinar. You know what I mean? That's all that is. So it will go from 0.00076 if they delete the zeros off the currency, off the banknotes. It will come off that exchange rate right there. But that's not the exchange rate against other currencies. That's the exchange rate against the United States dollar.
Yeah.
It moves over because now you go, because if you take the 25,000 dinar and you multiply it times 0.00076, you get $19. So if if the two things are going to be even, the 25 dinar, you take that, now that you remove the zeros, go 25 times 0.76, that's 19. So that's how they're going to be even. That's what I'm talking about. That doesn't change. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to explain to people. And it was like, I got part of it out of there, not all of it, but so what makes you think that?
It's tell you the truth, is scary thing. It's not like this thing. I cannot say anything about it. I cannot comment because if that happens, it's dangerous for everybody, for all the investors. All the investors will lose money. So
And they will look. The only way people are going to lose money is if they delete the zeros without changing the exchange rate. We don't want that to happen. I've been stressing that for so long. People are like, yeah, the deletion of the zeros. I was like, no. It's off the banknotes. That's a redenomination. You don't want that to happen. We want the exchange rate to continue to go up in increments. And somebody said, well, yeah, but if the 25,000 dinar is going to be coexisting with the 25 dinar for the next 10 years, I was like, yeah, okay. Again, the 25,000 dinar and the 25 dinar are equal. So even if you have the 25,000 dinar, doesn't mean you get the better exchange rate between the two. They're going to be treated the same. Just because you have a 25,000 dinar, or just because you have a 25,000 dinar, that doesn't mean that's what it is. They know that the 25,000 dinar and the 25 are the same. You know what I mean?
let me ask you a question. You really think the government will screw their investors who invest in Iraqi dinars? Because anybody who invested in Iraqi dinars, they will help in the country too. The more dinars you buy, the more dollars they get.
Yeah, but see,
So
everybody's approaching this wrong. It isn't like they go, "Oh, let's invest in this country," and they have. When you start doing trade with other countries, that's why you build up your foreign currency assets. You know what I mean?
yeah, Yeah.
So that's like when I was explaining it to somebody, they're like, "Oh, the Iraq doesn't have enough dollars to cover all the Iraqi dinars." I said, "Yeah, because you think what are we all going to do? All of us going to come from around the world and just pop up in Iraq? That's not how it happens." So us in America, what do? We take ours to our local bank. If they deal in foreign currency, we give them the Iraqi dinar. They give us the U.S. dollar. So if they deal in currency, they put that on their, as a foreign asset reserve. They hold it on their books.
Yes.
But if they don't, they just send it to the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve will hold it as their foreign asset reserves. It's not like they're going to be going straight to. They're not going to be bombarding Iraq for swapping U.S. dollars for these dinars. That's not what's going to happen. Most
Yes.
likely, what you'll see happen is the United States might option to get oil instead. You know what I mean? Well, I don't need to trade you my dinars for dollars, but how about I pay you in Iraqi dinar? You know what I mean? And that's how they'll do it. So Iraq has, between the oil and US dollars, they have enough to do a good size exchange rate. So, but that's what I was trying to explain to somebody earlier. They're going, well, there's 101 trillion dinars out there. And I said, yeah, there is, but then
What
all
do,
the other things weren't taken into consideration.
what do you think about the article come out the other day? Iraq, it's dominating their currency. Like, they're going, like they have $160 trillion. They took off, I don't know how many trillion that they burned out or they're throw them away or they did something with them. What do you think about that? That's true?
Yeah, I did. Actually, the video I released just before me and you got on, I spoke about that. So this guy was saying there's 101 trillion dinars, right? That's what's put into circulation. Well, he said
Mm-hmm.
160. I said it's not 160. If you go to the Iraqi Central Bank of Iraq's website, it's 102 trillion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what's not showing on that website. That's how much they printed and put out in circulation. It doesn't take in consideration all the Iraqi dinar notes that have been damaged, that have been destroyed, the flood that happened in Iraq that destroyed all the Iraqi dinars that were in the banks. What about when ISIS took a crap load of the dinars and burned them? It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
take in consideration, was it 2008, they're spending between $1 and $1.5 billion every month buying Iraqi dinars off the open market, and they ended up removing something like 70% of what was in circulation. These are all the things that doesn't reflect on what it is that Iraq says they put into circulation. You know what I mean? There's other factors that are involved. So we don't know what the real numbers are. We got an idea because with that, it said on, I found normal wear and tear between 2014 and 2018 was something like 78 billion dinars were damaged. So, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's between 2014 and 2018. What about before 2014? And what about after 2018? So, they
Well,
might be printing money, but they could just be doing, one is being destroyed and one is going out. But that's not going to reflect on what it says they sent out in circulation, because it's not taken in consideration which ones have been removed. You know what I mean? That's the thing right there.
okay.
Richard, how you doing? I see. What is it?
Because
Augie?
it's been they saying it's been 3 years they're trying to low down on that too, to burn or whatever, like in 2020 they took out almost 2 trillion. 2021 same thing, 2022, and now 2023 they did the same thing.
Yeah. So
So
I think the biggest problem is that on the Central Bank of Iraq, on their website, it tells you how many dinars they put into circulation, but what is not reflecting is what has been removed out of circulation, whether the government took it out of circulation or whether they were damaged, fire, destroyed, lost forever. Who knows? That's not reflected in there. So it's not really 101 trillion Iraqi dinars in circulation. That's not what it is. So that's just what they put out in the circulation, but that's not what's actually in circulation.
all
What
right.
is it? Dave saying Pimpy. Didn't Sadani say that IQD would be more valuable than the US dollar? Yeah, he did say that, but that doesn't mean they're going to change the exchange rate to reflect that. Look, let's just be honest. We just talked about this, me and Nader, just right now. What do
Yeah.
we say? If you get off the sanctions, you get within the World Trade Organization, you get back on the SWIFT system, you get back on the Forex, finish the Port of Fall, finish the development road, Do you understand what kind of impact that's going to have on that country's economy and their dinar? It's going to be a very, very strong currency, but that's not going to happen overnight. That's going to take a little time, and that's what I've been saying. You're going to see them go up in increments. What do you think, Nader?
I think yes, especially when you talk about the road, the develop. I mean, the road. It doesn't take a week or two to fix. I mean, I see everybody talking about that. Like, hey, they're building this road, they're building this road, but the road will take at least 3 4 years to build. This is what it's a long road. It's not. It's like a highway. You're building a
It's
highway,
like
and
a
a
super
highway.
highway.
Yeah, you don't build a highway in a week or 2 weeks, not even in a year. You go in between the states. If it goes all the way to Turkey and the Saudis and Iran and all that will take years to build that. Tell you the truth. So I never comment about that, but when they say they build and they just start building it. And when you want to build a road like that, first you have to dig, and then you have to make it smooth, and then you
Yep.
have to,
Level it.
it's a long process. It's not like start building. It's not like America. America have the machines and have the technology and have that. And
Even
Iraq,
then,
they
it
don't
takes
have all
time.
that.
It depends. That's a
Yeah,
big project, my man. That's a big super highway.
you
But
know.
not just that, they delayed it. They won't even start that project till next year. Did you see that? Did you know
No,
that?
when? No, when? I
I
was.
just did a video showing everybody a few days ago. It says on there that the project for the development road is being pushed all the way till the start of 2025. So they're not even starting that yet.
No, I don't think Pimpy. I mean, I saw some picture of it and all that. They started already. They started. But maybe they stopped it. But the last time I checked on it, was like, what, 2 days ago? It was, they started building it.
I'm just
But
telling you
it's
what
going
was
to
in the
take time.
news. Yeah.
Now, the WTA too. Earlier, I put a article, I published an article talking about, I'm sorry, the WTO. They said that they have been accepted already. I don't know if you watched it or not, but
Yeah, it
it's an
says they
article. It's
finished
not.
their requirements, is what they said.
No, no, no. Today they come out with the next one, which says, they've been accepted.
Yeah, the
And
member
I don't
states,
know.
it's the next time the member states get together. They have to be voted in. And I think they're being sponsored either by Saudi or UAE is their sponsor going in. But right now they're in what's called this is when Iraq's time to go talk to the other Arab nations to ask
Mhm.
them what they think about it, what's it like being inside there, what are the benefits, those kind of things. What's Lunchbox say? It's a 3-year budget for a reason. Yep. And Dave says the main problem is that there are so many gurus making it sound like a switch is going to be flipped soon. Yeah, that's the issue that I have with them. They always say some stuff like that. Then somebody like me comes along and says, no, no, that's not what's going to happen. And then
Yeah.
everybody gets all pissy on me, which is a
What
handicapper.
bothers me is like, especially the title of the other. I'm not gonna call them gurus. I'm gonna call them Dinar reporters. When they put a title like, "Hey, get ready." I mean, get ready for what?
Yeah,
That's what.
that's what they always say. You know what I
So
mean? It's like,
I wanted to say something yesterday, but then I said, you know what? I'm not gonna start trouble. Forget it. Just keep it as it is. That's yeah. I
no,
mean,
I mean,
yeah.
look, here's the thing. If people are going to listen to my channel, I'm going to stay grounded. I'm just going to tell them the truth. Again, it's just my opinion. It's up to them what they want to think. My thing is I bring the receipts. I say, look, here's the study. Here's the website. Here's this. Here's that. I say, how many other people are doing that? They don't show you. Very few people, I can't think of anybody that does. They just talk. They don't actually show you the actual website or the actual study. That's what I do. I say, look, it's not I'm reading to you what I found in the research. So
But
it's
a lot of things come too from articles that just, to take it to the next level. They just read the article and take it to the next level.
oh yeah, they tend
The
to
article said this is gonna happen
yeah,
tomorrow. It's
they
not.
indulge a little bit.
There
That's
we
what
go.
it is.
They explain the article on their way. Their way. It's exciting. It's like when you hear it, you go like, "That's it. I'm rich. I'm
Yeah,
winning."
but and it is. Don't get me wrong. It's people get excited about it, but after a while, this up down with the emotions. Then you see people they get frustrated. You know what I mean? They don't have any faith in the investment anymore. Look, I understand that. And then you come across somebody like me. Then I got a handicapper over here talking about how I'm the only person, the clown guru, because I take the wind out of all the sales. It's like, yeah, well, why do you? Who put the wind in your sails in the first place? You should be going after them for puffing you full of freaking smoke or blowing smoke up your ass. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well, I think there's things gonna happen, Pimpy. Things gonna. I mean, it's happening now. It's gonna
yeah.
happen, and it's not. I don't know when. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Nobody knows, but it's gonna happen. I
Look,
think
a
we'll go
lot of
back to
people have been,
before. I think we will make it to before.
yeah, look, a lot of people have been waiting a long time. They really have. So there's a feeling of anxiousness, is what it is. And, the other content creators are a big reason for that. But, there is reason to be excited. I'm just saying to people, stay grounded, slow your roll. It's okay. Everybody do the pee pee dance. Good. Let's do that. But don't get ahead of yourself. This stuff is going to take time. Now, we might wake up tomorrow and guess what? Poof, all of a sudden it's a 322 rate. Oh, my goodness. Fine and dandy. Then let it be that. But let's be realistic. What are the probabilities of that happening? No, they can't. In my opinion, they can't handle a shock that big to their economy. It's just too much. You got to worry about inflation and everything else really crippling. And then they go what? Back to square one, devalue the currency. It's just crazy. You know what I mean?
What about the budget? When people says, "Hey, the budget will never work at 1310."
Yeah. Okay. Not only does that look, I made videos teasing Militia Man over this. The fact that he says you can't do this project or that project with this rate of 1310, I go, what do you mean? It's already started. And I show him where it started. And I got a website that monitors all the projects that are going on. I said, for the past 20 years, they've been doing projects with low exchange rates. What do you mean they can't do this with this exchange rate? It's already calculated in with this current exchange rate. As a matter of fact, the article I read says that the 3-year budget takes in consideration the current exchange rate. So it's already calculated in. You know what I mean? So if they raise it, that's fine. They make an adjustment to it. But to say that they can't do it this exchange rate, what do you mean? They're not exchanging the dinar with the dinar. That's in country. So, they already know how much money they're going to use.
One more thing, Pimpy. Everybody who's gonna build these projects are not from Iraq. They're from like China, they're from the United States, they're
Korea,
from
China,
UK,
yeah.
they're from yeah.
What?
So they're not getting paid with the dinar. Actually, they're getting paid with the yen. They're getting paid with the
No,
dollar.
wait.
They're getting paid.
Did you see one of the things with this new Iraq government, or I think it was under Al Kademi? He said if foreigners come in to do work here, 85% of the workforce has to be Iraqi workers. 85%. So they're going to be paid with the dinars. There's no doubt about it. And
Listen, when he says that, we have a lot of Indians, Filipinos, and all that in Iraq coming back now to work, and you consider that as not a citizen, but as Iraqi. How you say it? Immigrant who live there with papers and everything. So when Kadimi said that, he's talking about them too.
yeah,
You see what
whoever
I'm
it
saying?
is, look, they're supposed to be bringing in experts in all these fields, experts in reconstruction, experts in highways. And while they're here, they're going to be 85% of the workforce is supposed to be Iraqi people who are getting trained by these experts. So they're the future looks absolutely bright for Iraq unless they screw it up. That's it. It's in their park right now. It's the ball's in their court right now. So Marianne says, I see and hear both of you, my favorite guys. Hi, Marianne. Diane says, are we still working with the petrodollar or will it be the USN? And right now it's the petrodollar. Nothing's going to change that at the moment. It says, Pimpy Nader, what are your thoughts on the bank stories that all the ones, oh my gosh, all these people now all of a sudden are calling up with
Well,
these
let me let me
recordings.
let me say something about
Go
that.
ahead, go ahead.
I heard about like freaking story about this bank thing. People going to the bank and they're always asking a question. About they asking the bankers question about if they take foreign currencies, but they never ask if they take the Iraqi dinars. So if I walk into a bank tomorrow and I ask, "Hey, do you deal with foreign currencies?" The banker, they're gonna treat me good, and especially if I say, "Hey, I have a couple of millions," but not, I'm not saying what currency it is. So the banker can think I have euros, pounds, anything like that. That's why the banker will get excited. But when you tell him, I tried it, Pimpy, I tried it. I walked to Chase and I tried it. When I said Iraqi dinar, he said, "No, we don't want to talk to you." Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, there's
They
quite a
said
few
they don't
people
want to
going,
talk to you.
man, when I go to my
I
bank, they
didn't
just
want to
said it's
say
this.
that, but I tried it.
No, there's people telling me, look, I tried a Pimpy and it's so deflating because they're telling me it's a scam. I go, it's not a scam. The Iraqi dinar is a legitimate currency. But what's happening is people are getting scammed with it. So just make sure you know the difference between the two. So all these people, look at this recording with me over at this bank. No, it ain't. You're stop lying. You guys are just lying. Making all. They know something. They told me go to the back screens. Yeah, okay, whatever. Sure, that's going on. But
I never understand what's back screen. Like, what's back screen? Can you explain me what's back screen, please?
supposedly it's this magical screen that sits at the back of the bank that nobody else has access to, and on there it has the magical exchange rate that nobody knows about. That's what it is.
And you think if they have that, you think the people who works with this computer, no one who comes out and buy the Iraqi dinars and go like, "Hey guys, it's gonna go up." I saw it on the back screen. In the back screen.
No, hey, let's
I
just say,
mean,
hypothetically, there's some magical numbers on the back screen, and if you share it before it actually happens, you get some major trouble. It's like it's like insider trading. You know what I mean? Let's see it real quick. What does Mike say? I may have missed it, but what is y'all's opinion that needs to happen, and what's holding it back, or whom? We actually talked about that a little while ago. So we got to take the sanctions off the dinar. We got to get into the World Trade Organization, which they're doing. We got to get on the SWIFT system, which they're working on. They have to get back on the Forex, which they're working on. The Port of Fall, the Development Road, get these projects going, which they are. So they're doing all the right things, you guys. It's just, unfortunately, you got people out there saying it's going to happen tomorrow. Remember when they were all saying on this budget? Remember that, Nader? Oh,
yeah,
the ending of the year or the beginning of this year. Every year we hear that. Oh, yeah, it's the new budget's going to come out with a new rate, and it never changes. It's the same story, but it never does. Now you got, oh, here comes March again. You know, that's the same story here. Here comes March again. March the 17th. Okay. Do you guys believe it will RV or RI this year? So I'm the guy that says that. So it's not going to RI. I can tell you that. So an RV is a revalue, and RI is the reinstatement of the rate. So there's a difference between the two. We've seen the RV several times. We've seen it. Well, I should say we've seen the RV and we've seen it devalue. So revalue and devalue over the last year. What went from 1190 down to 1450, which is a devalue, then back up to where we are now at 1,320 dinars for every dollar. That's a revalue. So I'm the person that says it's going to go up in increments, and I'm anticipating still first quarter of this year it going up a little bit, and I still got the end of this month before I got egg on my face. But I think just over as time goes on over the years, you're going to start seeing it go up in increments, and they're not going to be small, but they're not going to be some huge number. They'll definitely change in value.
they go back to 1160 like a couple of years back. Let's go back to that's what I think. But I believe more in RI than RV, Pimpy. Me, I believe more in RI reinstatement than revalues.
So you think it's going to go back to the 322 rate?
Well, if they make a decision to RV it, or they'll make a decision to reinstate it, not RV it.
Well, if they reinstate it, that would be great for everybody because it's a 322 rate. Here's what I'm talking about. March 17th. Why is that so important? Because it's 3 days before my birthday, plus it's St. Patrick's Day. So it's a good excuse to drink.
There we go. Drink double.
What, do you know anything about March the 17th, Nader?
No, this is
I hear this all the time.
I don't know what's going on March 17th. This is the first time I hear it. Who's saying the March 17th?
Oh, I already heard it floating around on the other content creators. Tomorrow, the next year, the next day, the next year, they're ready to go. They are, but
Listen,
I'm sorry, you guys.
If it doesn't happen March the 17th, it's not going to happen in March, and it's not going to happen in April.
Yeah, so the first quarter this year,
Ramadan is coming, and nobody deals with money in Ramadan, and nobody want to believe me when I say that.
Yeah, I'm going to try it this year. I'm going to try the fasting and see what happens. My fat ass needs to lose some weight.
Listen, it's not bad. It's good for your body. You know why? It's really good for your body. If you're not drinking, you're not a smoker. Like me, it's good for your body.
Yikes.
That's why. Because you wake up in the morning. The last time you drink water, eat food, it's at 6 o'clock in the morning. Or sometimes a half hour before that. And then you will not eat and drink till nighttime. All right? But in that moment, in those hours, like 8-9 hours, your body works and it will clean himself.
Yeah, it's something that's really healthy for your body. That's for sure. Says, what is this so-called crash the news is talking about? The market crash. I mean, it hasn't started. What did I miss? The market was doing well the last time I seen it. Yeah. So the crash would be this. Look, there's supposed to be a planned worldwide market crash, forcing us all into the central bank digital currency. Right now, it's just talk, but we'll keep an eye on it. That's most likely what they're talking about.
Did you see
Oh, look at here it is again. Look at another March 17th one. Why is that one so important? That's a good question. Why is it important?
crypto are up this week.
Good.
Crypto is really good.
Yeah, they're doing
So
very good, but already BlackRock's anticipating a market stabilization, it dropping all the way down to the 40s. And that's the kind of thing I don't like whenever they're doing EFTs with these things, because they screw with and manipulate the market this way. So I'm like, oh, okay. So now they're telling everybody there's going to be a market correction. It's going to drop $20,000. I'm like, that's just going to pump the brakes on everybody to start selling right now. You're going to see them dump. That's
why
not
you
what you
think
want.
why you thinking we think the market is gonna the stock market is gonna crash though? Why is that? I think it's gonna go up. I think it's gonna this
Are you
year is
kidding
gonna
me?
be
For the
good.
first time, we have a bond bubble, a stock market bubble, a real estate bubble. It's not just one bubble; it's a multiple bubbles.
Real
So it
estate
says,
bubble, I believe in it, but the stock market, I don't believe this because when the stock market crashed in 2008, they rebuilt it to not crash again.
you
They
hope.
you
You gotta
remember when
understand.
they saying they
Well,
rebuilt it to not crash again.
you got to remember the numbers are artificially pumped up. You got to keep that in mind. They got AI running it, so a computer's running the stock market. Which is Joseph? What's it say? The Iraqi dinar is all about playing the long game. Yeah, absolutely. Or I should say the medium game now, because we've been playing a long game for a while, but it's more closer to a medium game right about now.
Yeah, no, I think
Is
the
the
record did
rate
not go up.
1,186 to 1 right now? No. Right now, the current exchange rate is 1,320 dinars to 1.
Yeah, this morning it was at 8, though. 8, 138.
Like this one?
This morning it was
Yeah.
1,308 dinars.
That's what Mike Penn has on here.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The exact things were being sold in 2005 when I got it. The good thing is what needs to be done is the same. No, well, you're right. All the same things need to be done, but the difference between 2005 and now is they're actually getting done. That's the difference.
Pimpy, I don't understand why people thinking about 2000. We talked about that last time. Why people still talking about 2000 between 2003 and 2020? Nothing was going on. Nothing. I mean, the country cannot move, not left, not right. So I told you, start counting since 2021. That's how I start counting. When
Yeah,
the
I mean that's a good
war,
way to look at it. Yeah. So
it's
the
not,
pandemic's
when you
over. Yep.
bought it, with this still in war, ISIS, bullshit going on here, bullshit going on there, people killing each other. I mean, the country was a mess all the way to 2018, 19.
Yeah.
So
Plus the pandemic right after that.
and the pandemic hit. Now I started counting a couple of years ago. That's when I.
Yeah, if you look at it that way, then it looks really good compared to what they did in the past. You know what
Of
I mean?
course,
What they
it's really
achieved
good.
prior to 2021 is way different than what they've done since 2021. But it's definitely since Al Sadani's been in there. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's
Al Qadimi started it, but Al Sadani definitely going. Hey, Pimpy started purchasing in 2006. After all these years, the amount of confusion hasn't changed. I so wish I had saved all the documents printed about the expected rate when it comes. Yeah, sorry, you guys. That's the same thing when I got in. I heard all the same things. I just listened and I said, some of this doesn't seem right. And I kept educating myself over and over. Everybody was just regurgitating the same news, and that's what they're still doing now. The difference between them and me is I decided to start taking articles and explaining them, or taking a point of view from an education side and go, okay, let me explain to you how this works. And I would make videos about it. Now they're not sexy, they're a little bit boring, but at least then you'll know what to look for, and you'll stop having these guys pull wands out of their ass, sprinkling their own pixie dust all over the place. You know what I mean? So everything is in God's time.
the
It's
real
in nobody
work.
else's but God's time. That's for sure.
The real work started a couple of years ago. The real work, not in 2005, not 14, not 10, not all those years. They were lost. Though I know they were lost, and that's why I never said something before that, because it was a mess. Now I start saying something because things start getting better,
Yeah.
a lot better. But only started after the pandemic, after the Corona shit. So
Yeah.
now they're gonna do better. Now they're gonna start going up in increment, like you said.
Now, you know what's crazy, Nader? I was looking at this video that I did a year ago from today, and Iraq had $98 billion in reserve currency assets. Now that 148 trillion,
Yeah.
look how quick it's climbing up. That's
Well,
awesome.
that's what they built in 20 years from 2005, if you want to say it, to like 2019 or 2020. They only had 98.
Yeah.
But when now everything is doing good, they double them. So by next year, they will double, I think.
Yeah.
They will
Plus their
be
gold
whatever they
reserve.
did in 20 years, they will make it in a couple of years.
Yeah, they're doing good. They're doing really
Yeah.
good.
So that's what I'm saying. That's anyway,
So
I wanted to
tired.
bring
I'm
you
hearing
in
about it.
because I wanted the people like to know you're not a mean guy. You're not bushing them. That's why I
Who,
want to
me?
bring you
No.
out. So I want
No,
people to like you
everybody
because
thinks I'm the negative person. I said, what do I say? It's negative. The difference between them and me is I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass, you guys. I just tell you what's real and what isn't. And if it comes across negative, I understand when somebody's sitting there all day long going, "Ooh, it's going to happen next weekend. It's going to happen next weekend. It's going to happen on this budget," and you get all excited. And you get all excited, but it doesn't happen. But then I come along and go, "No, it's not going to happen because of this," and I show you the proof, and I show you the studies, and I show you the paperwork, but I'm the bad guy. Why don't you get mad at those other people for lying to you? Okay. It is a good investment. It's going to take a little time. And I know some of you have been in this for 20 years. I understand that. Okay. But there's no doubt, just even between 2019, when I started doing YouTube channel, from 2019 to where we are now is leaps and bounds from where we were. It's really crazy. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's good. What's happening now? It's really good. It's encouraging. It's very encouraging what's happening now. But still, keep your foot down, keep your head on your shoulders, and keep working till this happen. Don't stop working. Don't think it's gonna happen tomorrow. And this is what I'm gonna say. Pimpy, you wanna say anything to your people? Because I gotta go now. I gotta go do something.
Let's just knock these off real quick here. What to say? Did gold reach 2100 today? Congratulations to gold. Told you guys now's the time to buy into them. There was a stock. I don't know if you got this on my video from the stock watch. Check that out, Nader, because it was 4 cents. My friend jumped up and down and told us to buy into it, and I put it on my little stock watch list. Man, it's up to $4 right now, man. That's like, wow, that's a huge jump. See, you have folks on Pagey waiting for you. Folks on what? Pagey, what's Pagey?
I don't know.
I'm not sure what that is. Nate, are you still in Florida or are you back in the Middle East?
I'll be back in the Middle East in the end of the month.
So he's in Florida for now, but he'll be heading out that way soon. Hi, everyone is on Nader's page. Everybody's on your page, I guess, waiting.
No, Nader Direct.
Yeah, I think so. That's what they're saying. Nader's page. So you
Yeah,
told everybody, come over here.
I know. It's I don't know. Oh, everybody's waiting there. Well, I don't. We don't know how to stream on both.
Yeah, I'll send you a copy
Bluetooth.
of this and you can send it over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So what happened today? Did anybody see the dumpster fire on Mark Z with the Code Man and Sheila has two best intel people? They were arguing with each other on the intel. What does that tell you? Yeah, everybody wants to know what I know about this Code Man. I know a lot about that guy, by the way. So for some reason, people want me to make a video about him. I was like, if you want me to, I can. It's not that big of a deal. But literally, I can show you his house, and you got to ask yourself this: is that the Code Man? That's his house. I bet Mark doesn't bring the two of them back on. Probably not. You can't have two of your so-called intel people being on opposite pages. It doesn't look good for your channel. Who do you believe then? You know what I mean? Anyways, my friend, I know you got to go. So
All right. I
I
gotta do
appreciate. Look,
some
it's a
work
short
and
one
then.
today, but at least now we know. Don't try to do it on freaking YouTube. We got to launch it off StreamYard so we could do this.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
gonna
Next
try.
time we'll
I'm
go on
gonna
your
try
channel.
to
How's that
find a
sound?
way. Yeah. Well, let's publish it on our channels, and next time I promise you we'll do it on both YouTubes straight.
Yeah, well, I'll figure that out, man. There's a way to do
Yeah,
it. I'm sure of it. You know
I'm
what I
sure.
mean?
Me too. All right, Pepe. Nice to talk to you. Nice to see you again. Always
Same
pleasure to
here.
be on your show, and we talk. I mean, you know,
Yeah, we had 50 million other subjects to talk about, but just generally what's going on. But I know you
uh,
got to go. I was just going to talk about, what the hell was going on today in the court cases were funny. I mean, it's pathetic to
What
watch.
court? So with Trump and all
You
that?
know what that Fannie Willis? Oh my God, man! The guy that went up to speak on her behalf during this the case of that her and her boyfriend are taking money from taxpayers to go on these really elaborate vacations and stuff like that, and they got busted. Well, her best friend snitched on her, so then his partner from the law firm snitched on him as well. But it looks really bad. But
It's a mess.
but what we found out is this judge donated to her campaign. So let's find out if he's just another corrupt Democratic judge, or is he going to do the right thing and disqualify them? He needs to disqualify both of them. And so either they disqualify him and a new DA gets in there and deals with Trump's case, most likely will let it go because nobody in their right mind would charge him. The only reason why Fannie Willis did is because she got buku bucks.
Well, they're gonna have to. Otherwise, New York is gonna be the poorest state. I mean, city in America.
No, so Letitia James too just got busted. They just dug into her finances and found out she's taking money from taxpayers too. These people are all corrupt, man. All of them living this lavish lifestyle off taxpayer dollars. And that's the only reason why they keep these trials going for a long time. So we're waiting for the Supreme Court to come and announce whether or not Trump's got immunity, which they should, because truthfully he does. So it's just BS, all this crap. And that's going to drop 3 of the cases. If Fannie Wilson is found to be, lying to the courts, which he did, if this judge says, yeah, and he dismisses her from that case and Wade as well, that's it. They lost that case and she's shit out of luck. And then you're going to see, new DAs come in, most likely just drop the charges against all 18 defendants. You know what I mean? And then you have this Jack Smith going on. But many people, you have 57 former and current judges writing on behalf of Trump in an amicus briefing saying that this guy has not been constitutionally appointed to be the special prosecutor. So anything he says is no good. It's just a waste of time, man. That's what these people do. They don't even follow the rules anymore. They just straight go to court. The judges are corrupt and they go, yeah, okay, you're guilty. I mean, come on. The guy that found Trump guilty and charged him, what is it, $500 and something million? He said he was guilty. He goes, I already seen your case. I think you're guilty. And then they went ahead and still did the trial. I was like, what the hell? He wouldn't even let him have a trial by jury.
Listen, they just trying to take him down, man.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Everybody knows it.
It's not about the money anymore. It's not about it's just take him down. They'll find a way to take him down and break him down and make him disappear. But
yeah, they're trying to make him poor. But you know what? As a citizen, we should be looking at this going, he's a former president that's a billionaire, and we see what they're doing to him. Can you imagine what they'll do to us? I mean, look at those poor January 6 people, man. Thank God the Supreme Court's going to be freeing them all pretty soon because it was ridiculous what they're doing. These people have been in jail for minor crimes and they're doing years. What is it about getting notifications per emails for redemption centers? I never knew where to subscribe. What's your thoughts? And there's no redemption centers, you guys. No redemption centers. I'm sorry you guys hear that. And
redemption.
Yeah. All right, my friend. Anyways, let's go ahead and go. I will catch you later. And next time I'll come on your show. How's that sound?
All right.
All right, my friend.
All right, thanks.
Catch you later.
Pimpy, have a good luck, and I'll see you later. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you later. We're out.